So I made some little covers and some sheets of paper. You can find them, a link to them in the description box below. So I cut those out and now I'm just folding where the creases are. This is a little binder that has a unicorn on it because it's so cute. And I'm just going to glue the edges of it together once I have all the folds. Now I'm just going to make a spot for the jump rings, and the jump rings are going to be like the binder rings, so they're just going to hold the paper in place. For the spiral notebook, I took the front cover, some notebook paper, and the back cover that kind of looks like cardboard, and I clipped those all together so I can make the holes for the little spirals to go through. And for each hole, I'm just going to put a jump ring through it and loop the paper and the back cover all together and then close the jump ring. The composition notebook is probably the easiest because you just have to make a couple folds and then you just glue the notebook paper into the center. I used a little binder clip to keep it together while it dries. So the Sketchpad is easy as well, if not easier, because I just used white computer paper for the center, not any notebook paper. So I just made a couple folds and then marked the paper so that it was the same size as the Sketchpad, and then just cut out a bunch of sheets and glue those together. And I really love this one because I actually have this sketchbook. I love it. It's great quality. So, and now the legal pad, I'm just cutting out the little yellow sheets, and then I just cut a little strip of the paper that was actually part of the sketch pad. Just glue that on the top of it, and now that's the graph paper that I'm cutting out. And this is going to go in a graph notebook. That's a spiral notebook, kind of like the red one, but it's a lot easier because there's only 3 rings. And here I'm just gluing those spirals so they don't wiggle as much. These unicorn planner pages are from a planner I did in 2013, and it's on my blog, and I shrunk the pages down from a real size to a miniature and then just wrap those pages in a little notebook cover just like that. And then there's the notebook, the spiral notebook with the glued spirals, and they don't wiggle anymore. And this is a little kind of like a traveler's or a Midori notebook, and I just cut out some plain white sheets of paper and glued those in as well. And of course I'm going to clip it and let it dry. So after it's dry, I'm going to take a little piece of cord and wrap it around, because usually those notebooks have like leather cord where you can tie them closed. To make a pencil, I'm just taking a little piece of balsa wood. You can use a toothpick, it'll work just fine. And I'm just making little slits with my X-Acto knife to make it thin at one tip, and that'll be the tip of the pencil, and then the end you want it to be a little bit thicker so we can like paint on an eraser. So first I'm going to paint the body of the pencil yellow, and then I'll later paint the tip pink, and then I'll go back with some black to add accent color. For the black details, I'm using a little needle tool because it's so thin and it will make these really tiny thin lines like this so easily. I also made a Sharpie and I'm just sanding it so that it will be really smooth all around, and I'm using a nail file to sand it. Then I made a little indent so it'll look like part is the top or the cap and the other part is the body of the pen. And I'm just going to paint the bottom gray like a Sharpie, and this one was just a random pen that part was red, part was black. And I'm just cleaning up, and here's all the notebooks. If you think I should do a giveaway for these, just let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you make them, you know I want to see them. Please share them with me on Instagram or Facebook. So until my next video, I love you guys, and I'll see you later.